Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's September the 11th, 2024. You're with Brother Phil, Brother Amir, another episode of Wake Up Everybody. We wanted to speak about 23-year anniversary, Brother Phil,
Yeah.
September 11th. You remember where you was at?
Yes, I was at work. Atlanta City Department of Corrections.
I was at work too, but I was working from home.
Okay, well, I was out in the field.
And, I thought it was a movie. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You know, what was crazy is, you remember when they had the first 9/11, when several years prior to that, they had like a test run
Right.
where they had these bombs in the bottom of the World Trade Center.
I remember.
I was in the city when that happened. I had took a partner. I was living in Charlotte at the time, and one of my partners that I had met in Charlotte had never been to New York, so I took him up to New York, and we was downtown, and all you heard was this big boom and shaking, and I didn't know what was going on,
Right.
and he was shook. Because he didn't know what was happening.
First time up there.
Yeah, the
I
first time
understand
he was
that.
up
Yeah.
there, he didn't know what
Yeah.
was going on himself. But it was different situation. The second go around, I happened to have a relative that was in the building.
Wow.
He ended up getting out, and they said he walked all the way up to Harlem.
Wow.
Because he couldn't, get out
Yeah.
of the city the way they had things all blocked off. But a lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people lost their lives after the fact with all those different chemicals and debris causing all different types of cancers, which was amazing, man, just to see that.
Yeah.
But, you know, you never know what's going on in this country we call America, man. And from day to day, from moment to moment, something could happen drastically,
Yeah.
that affect us internally, directly, short term or long term, which is a little bizarre sometimes. Just to be able to say that you're sane every day,
Yeah.
to be able to navigate through this place called America, and come back home safe to your family,
Yes.
you know. So, in saying that, I wanted to talk about a new herb that I got. It's called King of the Forest.
Interesting name.
Yeah, King of the Forest tea.
Okay.
This tea is good for your liver. It's a good liver cleanse. I just started it. It removes parasites. It's good for your intestines. It's good for your colon. You got colon cancer. Treats acne. It's good for joints, pains. Antibacteria. It's anti for inflammation, and removes ringworms from the body, as well as it repairs your kidney cells. That's what it looks like. We started selling it this past weekend at the Green Festival that we attended. It was a really good turnout. It was the
Yeah.
first time that I participated. A young lady that was part of the putting it together, she had reached out to me, and it was good, man. It was a good turnout. A lot of conscious people about their herbs
Yeah.
and knowing what they want. Because a lot of times just paying attention to people and what they ask is so very important. And depending on where I'm at, it's a big difference on who knows what
Right.
about herbs, versus, oh, I just drink tea, or oh, I just take a multivitamin.
Right.
But when you have people that come up to you asking you for burdock root, sea moss, the popular herbs and minerals that we talk about consistently, it's a breath of fresh air to be able to have those type of conversations. Um, so, in saying that, you can get this product on www.goldenleafteas.com, and our other website for our herbs is goldenmoringausa.com. We want to make sure that I mention follow, like, share. When we push out these different formats of our podcast, we would like to find out what your take is on what we are sharing with the general public.
And to touch back on the festival that you were at, the Green Festival, right? I came through and spoke to a couple of vendors, I guess, that were out there. There was one group, they do composting. Because, like I said, I have a space in my yard where I'm going to be growing my own things. So, as a beginning farmer, that was a nice venue to come. I did make, like a little network connection
Mm-hmm.
and to talk to some of the brothers and sisters that were out there that are into farming.
Mm-hmm.
I had been to that site before. I told you for a farming class, maybe a year ago. I went out with my son, my daughter-in-law, and two of my grandchildren.
Right.
So that festival, like I said, was awesome. And I would encourage anybody out there that's listening to us. We're at a time in this country, and technically the world, but definitely in this country, where you hear it all the time, but growing your own food, knowing what you actually put in your body is super important.
Absolutely.
And what Brother Amir is always sharing on these herbs, give me some feedback on it. But my understanding, quite naturally, most of the foods we're eating now are heavily laden with chemicals,
Chemicals.
along with things that we can't even pronounce.
That.
Right. So these herbs that are from the earth that you're able to put into your system to keep your cells healthy, it's vitally important. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that was an excellent venue. Um, I hope, of course, with what you're doing out there in the community, that more people will become educated on literally taking some space on your property, even if you're in an apartment. They got all kinds of containers and stuff now
Mm-hmm.
that you can grow your own food, but we need to take that seriously.
Yeah. What was very impressive to me, man, is to find and meet so many young brothers and sisters that are farmers.
Mm.
You know, I just bought a lime tree and a lemon tree, and I wanted to learn more about, how it functions throughout the change of weather.
Right.
Met a young brother, bought quite a few things from us. He's a farmer. He's been doing this since he was 18. He's 29 years old.
Mm.
And he said, listen, you're just starting out with the lemon and lime tree. When the weather starts getting a little colder, just bring it inside.
Okay.
Put it in a pot so it can still have its growth,
Mm-hmm.
but just bring it inside and, water it like you normally do. He gave us some tips on different things to put in for fertilizing
Okay.
where you won't have any of the bugs or worms that are, just naturally gravitate to those plants and trees. But definitely, I was so impressed to meet so many young brothers and sisters that are seriously involved in farming.
Right.
Because I've been asking a lot now. When's the last time you went to the grocery store and you found a green grape with a seed?
Yeah, it's been a while. It appears that most of the grapes that are being sold now are seedless, and
Yes,
I
sir.
know that without the proper education on seedless versus seeded, because most people were definitely, no disrespect to anybody, but most of us just don't know. You go in the store, everything looks good. You see some grapes, put them in your mouth, it tastes good.
Right.
But the fact that they're seedless, understanding what seeds mean, and if these things are being genetically modified and they're producing them, and you see them, like I said, they look pretty, but those also are damaging.
Right.
I'm,
Absolutely.
I'm not saying every single thing out there, but there's quite a few of these fruits and vegetables, specifically the fruits you mentioned, the seeds that are seedless. We got to be mindful. You want seeded fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they've done is that they've taken the seeds out of we'll just use the grapes, but they're out of a variety of other fruits.
Yeah.
And like you said, people consciously or unconsciously, grocery store, wherever they buy their food, and they're taking, oh, I got a bag of grapes.
Yeah.
Okay, they're good for me. I'm eating them.
Right.
I'm juicing them, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
But now, if like for instance, with watermelons,
Right.
so we take the seeds out, dry them out, okra seeds, dry them out,
Wow.
put them in the backyard, start growing them. You can't do that with a fruit that has no seeds.
Right.
Now you're dependent on whoever produced those fruits with no seeds. So now you don't know what you're putting in.
Right.
And that is the one of the main culprits of seedless. Now you have Bill Gates and the gentleman that owns Tesla buying up mostly all the farm land
Elon Musk.
in America, and they want to modify the foods from our greens to our fruits to the meats that we're putting in our body, we already know you can go in any grocery store. There's farm raised fish,
Yeah.
right? We already know there's modified meat.
And let me rewind for a quick when you said that. Think about it. The mindset, if you're not educated on, when you hear farm raised, first of all, the word farm.
Mm-hmm.
So your assumption is on this farm, just like they're farming to grow your mass consumption of vegetables, right, or other foods. But at the end of the day, when they throw farm and people are in the store, they see farm raised.
Mm-hmm.
Their assumption is that these things are being given serious consideration, not unhealthy for you, mass producing it, putting it out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, in saying that, because I was just at the Cavs Farmers Market the other day, brother was asking me, um, why, older brother, why are you buying wild caught fish? I was buying some sockeye and some coho salmon. It's wild caught.
Right.
He was buying farm raised, and to the exact same thing that you were just mentioning.
Yeah.
He said, "Well," I said, "Well, why are you buying farm raised?" And he said, "Well, I'm buying farm because I'm thinking it's on a farm." I said, "Well, first of all, fish don't grow on no farm." Okay, right? I don't know no fish growing on no farm,
Right. Right.
right? So he looking at me sideways, but I let him know, like, listen. Matter of fact, let me open up my phone and quickly show you
Right.
the difference between farm raised and wild caught.
Yeah.
So he didn't know that. He said, "I've been eating salmon forever. I love it. I cook it." I said, "Yeah, I do too." But a farm raised piece of salmon is the worst parasites that you can have in your body. Those are the most deadliest parasites.
Right.
So anything, ladies and gentlemen, as farm raised, that's supposed to be in water, okay, that's supposed to be on grass, okay, you want to stay away from as far as possible, because there's going to be a price differential, and that price for farm raised is going to be less than something that's wild caught. So if anything, pay attention to when you're selecting foods for you and your family, fish particular, and you see it everywhere. It's going to tell you farm raised. It's going to tell you wild caught.
Yeah.
Wild caught is going to be more expensive than farm raised. If it's farm raised, it's moderately genified, made, so it's not a real fish, and that's something that you don't want on your plate that you're digesting on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. And one of the things, like I said, you just have to be mindful. Most of the diseases that are out here are actually caused by our diet. Can't say that enough. And when you do not know, right? Well, all of us probably, if you've gone to school, you've learned about some chemistry. I remember being, biology or chemistry class, and they're telling you certain things don't mix with certain things,
Mm-hmm.
right? So just imagine you're putting something in your body that's going to have a counterproductive. Um, it's going to cause something to happen in your body. Like I said, we're living organisms made up of a bunch of cells, and if you poison your cells, this is where the diseases and stuff start.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, unfortunately, a lot of us have been misled to believe that our government truly cares about us. The shirt I got on says environmental justice. It's about us. That's what we're dealing with. There's people out here. It's all about money.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, most of us have been lulled into believing that, these folks care about us. But if nothing else, learn to grow your own. Start small, grow your own, then you actually know what you're eating.
Yeah, like you said, you can grow inside your home now.
Mm-hmm.
You can grow in a small backyard.
Yeah.
You don't need to have a lot of space to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a walking testimonial,
Yeah.
and I'm just excited about the next season
Yeah.
of the other things that I want to add to what I want to harvest so that I could eat, because as we both know, and everybody out there knows, your grocery bill is going through the roof,
Yeah. Yeah.
regardless of what you
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah. Meaning that this is an excellent time to learn how to grow your own.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I mean? And I would suggest this before we close out. If you live in a given neighborhood or community and you got neighbors, most communities have homeowners associations.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know if this is on the agenda for most of them, but I would encourage people talk to your neighbors and see what neighbors are interested in using a portion of their property to make a little small farm. And the place that you went to, where the venue, those gentlemen there actually will come out and help you on your property.
Mm-hmm.
They're in Atlanta. I don't have their name, but they'll come out and assist you in getting your farm or your garden started.
You make another good point. I took your idea, Brother Phil. 2 weeks ago, I had our meet and greet. I'm the president of my homeowners association.
Hmm.
We have over 50 different people that are from 50 different countries
Yeah.
that are representative on our subdivision,
Right.
and quite a few Asians, Latinos,
Yeah.
a few African families already are harvesting,
Okay.
fruits and vegetables and greens in their backyard.
Right.
So I put out the idea, it's late in this year.
Yeah.
So let's think about the middle of next year having a farmer's market in our subdivision where we could mix our foods, fruits and vegetables
Right.
with each other. So, like you said, you're specializing in tomatoes. I'm specializing in bananas. Your family eat bananas. I
Right.
eat tomatoes. We could exchange
Hmm.
all our fruits. We don't have to worry about making any money.
Right.
We're exchanging the fruits and vegetables that we harvest in our backyards.
Right. Excellent. And like I said, for you all listening to us, as you know, wake up. What we're just trying to do is put information out that's healthy for the mind, body, and soul. And then, like I said, me and my brother Amir, family men, we love sharing information, as you can see. And we just want people to, make better decisions. I know I want to be around for 200 years. It may sound crazy, but when I say that, I mean it. So
Absolutely.
if I can put things in my body that keep my cells healthy, I'm all about it.
Until next time, wake up, everybody, and we will talk to you soon.
Yeah. Peace.